Hey, so welcome to part 2. We're going to continue on with our Pirsch clone. So just to scroll through, this is where we're up to with ours. We did skip a couple of little sections just not to get kind of bogged down going through code stuff. This section here we've skipped out, but yeah, we're in a pretty good position. However, when we go onto a mobile size screen, it's not going to look good. So the first thing I want to do is I want to be able to say, let's do a similar thing and pull this up. So I want to say basically when our website is at like 12:30, yeah, we're gonna add this padding down the side of everything. So let me actually open this up in VS Code. So it's on my other hard drive. Pirsch clone. So let's open that up. So we have got this div wrapping everything. So we're saying like, the max width of the div is 1200. But of course with ours, it will get to exactly 1200. So we want to say, 1235. So let me just have a look at TailwindCSS breakpoints. And let's just see about, yeah, so we want to be able to say really, yeah, with that 1235. So we're going to need a bit of fine-grained control with that. So what we could do is, we could add a CSS class, write our own normal CSS. But yeah, no, we don't want to do that. So what I can do is I can just extend the screens. So extend here, if we do screens like this, and then let's just call it like wrap. And then I want that to be at 1235 pixels. Is that what we want, 1235? No, it's when it's less than 1235. So basically, yeah, so we want to do the same 1200. What am I doing? What am I doing? So we should be able to use, can we use no, we can't. We can use the same 1200. So we can do screens. And let's just do 1200 pixels. Doesn't like adding in commas in this. So we should be able to say like if it's above 1200 like this, then we want to do like padding of 6. Failed to compile. Unexpected identifier. Yeah, we know, but we fixed it now. Yeah, so you can see it needs to be less than that, because when it gets to so yeah, this is at 1236 and below. We want it to have the padding. So yeah, other way around. So when it's so it's like this. So we do px. So let's just do like px6, and then I do actually want to add in, where we want to cut off the padding. So let's just call this like wrap. No, that's not what we want. We want it in extend screens screens like this. Let's put a comma, and we'll just call it like wrap, and then we'll say 1236 pixels. Is that how we define that? Let me just double check. Yes. So we want a pattern of 6, and then we do when it's wrapping, then we want nothing. Yeah, so you can see there it's pretty smooth. So that's good. That's a bit of an improvement. Sorry about the confusion there. However, let's just have a quick look at their website. So it's not 6, it's probably more like 4. Like so. Yeah, okay, cool. And then what we want to do is where we get to like tablet size, then so right around here, we want to add on a mobile style of menu. So right around here, so 700. I'm just going to pick the nearest breakpoint. So we're going to do medium. So let's go into our header. And I think what we're going to need to do is we're going to hide this UL. So we're going to say hidden. And then when it's medium, then it's going to be flex. Like so. And then the same thing for the button, yeah. So that link, so let's just wrap that again. Let's wrap that in a div just so we can do this. So class name equals hidden, medium. Let's flex that. Cool. So we've got nothing until we get up to that point. Then we've got two icons. We've got the menu and this X icon. So I'm gonna see about using Heroicans. I am not too fussy on finding an exact match, although that one pretty much is. And with these things, let me just make a component out of it. So export menu icon. Let's call this menu icon. Then we can paste the JSX from there, and we don't need this menu icon, and then we want a close menu icon as well. So if we just do like close, yeah. Okay, perfect. So we've got our two icons now. So within our header, oh, you know what? Let me get rid of that and that, and just whack it on there. So we don't need this class name. Okay, so we're gonna get the same thing. Are we not? Nope. Was this flexed anywhere? Class name equals flex. Yeah, okay. So yeah, we've got the same thing with just less code. So yeah, this div now is hidden on mobile. So then of course we want to have another div for our mobile menu. But actually we want to have a div for the icon right now. So this is the right place for it. We've got this justify between here. So let me just bring in our menu icon like this, and it's got a height of 6 and a width of 6. Cool. So we've got our menu icon, and what I can do on this div, I don't really want to use, so what I'd normally do, if I take this class name off, we let this take props like so, and then we can do this, we can pass props into it like that. And that just means we can reuse the icon in different places and give it different heights and widths. And I also don't want to do the show hidden on the icon, because again, if we want to use it in different places. So this icon is going to be hidden after medium. So we'll say medium hidden. And then when we bring it in, we've got that. So yeah, that looks fine. Maybe I just want to add a tiny bit of margin right to it, just to bring it in a little bit. So that's cool. And then I would say we want this one to have the pointer like this. They don't have any hover styles or anything. Okay, so then what we're going to need to do is let's do some state. So let's do, so we want to do a show menu and a set show menu equals use state. And we can pull that in from React. So we just auto import it there. I'm going to set this to false, so it's not shown by default. And then let's just add another div here. Well, actually, let's do this. So if show menu is true, then we want to show this div. This is the mobile menu. And then on this menu icon, if we give it a on click like this, we want to do set show menu. And then what we can do is just do like to the opposite of show menu. We should never be toggling it because we're going to have an X. But yeah, so we got this is the mobile menu. And we only want this menu icon to show in a similar fashion. So if we've show menu, so yeah, we want this menu icon to show. If we've got not show menu, then we'll do the menu icon. If not show menu, then we'll do the menu icon. Nah, because it's gonna be separate. So let's do this like this. Okay, why is it not like that? So if not show menu, then show the menu icon. Okay, so then we show the mobile menu. Okay, great. So this mobile menu, let's take a look at what that looks like. So that actually, yeah, actually we'll do it slightly different. So if we do, yeah, so let's get rid of this like that. So we got the menu icon. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say if show menu, then I want to show the close menu icon like this. Otherwise, I want to show the menu icon like that. And then the mobile menu, it needs to sit outside of the header. It's like below it. So it's going to be the easiest way to do it. Cool. So then on this close menu icon, we can pass the same stuff, literally the exact same stuff. But then let's give it the same treatment where that actually works. So let's pass in props, and we're just gonna give the props like this. Okay, so you can see we've now got our mobile menu working just fine. And then want to do. We don't actually want the content of this mobile menu to push down things. If you notice, it appears above. It appears on top of it, so it's pushing our content down. So if we do absolute on this, I think it's going to go to the top. Oh no, that's fine. Okay, cool. So on this div here then, if we flex it and we make sure the width is full, and let me just do a height of like 96. And then we'll do background PIR beige, isn't it? Like that. Then you can see, well, hopefully it spans the whole width. BG red 500. Okay, okay, not quite. So we've still got that padding. But you know what, we yeah, we want that actually. So that's good. It is extending a little bit there. Okay, let's oh. So yeah, you can see it's, is it the, yes, that menu is giving us a bit of side scroll. So let's actually wrap another div here, and let's just make sure that this one is relative. That's better. So then we should see now, yeah, it's constrained correctly. So we've got the padding where we want it to be. So that is good. Now, just a note on this, making these things properly accessible is not something we're going to cover today. There is various different things that you do need to consider with that though. So making sure that things that are especially like modals and things like that, getting them accessible is really important. You know, although it's beyond the scope of this sort of CSS tutorial. But yeah, so just make sure that that's something you research into. So let's have a look what we got. So we got pricing, live demo, documentation, just the same. So we've got these like list items, and we've also got the social stuff drops in. So I think that was in the footer menu before. Okay, so it's still in the footer menu. So pricing, live demo, documentation. So yeah, within this div, let's make another div. Let's make sure that this is a flex div. It's gonna be a flex call, and then I wonder if we can just add our nav links now because they have a margin left. So yeah, let's just do one. So we've got a link. href is going to be, you know, / whatever. Inside of that, we're going to have an A tag. And then what are we actually doing? So we've got pricing like this. So pricing, so we want to do class name equals text to XL, font medium. Okay, text XL. Yeah, kind of the same. Looks like this menu's got a bit of padding on it as well. So I just do like PX2 or something. It's like a little bit further in. Maybe we don't have the bold font. Yeah, it's kind of similar. That's good enough. So let's take. Actually, let's just do this. Let's just copy them down. I'll leave them all linked into pricing, but let's just add in live demo, documentation, GitHub, Twitter, and then we've got login. So then what we can do, we can maybe do space Y2, so we can increase the spacing like that. Let's add our BG beige like so. Yeah, it's got a lot more spacing than this. Bear with me. Okay, sorry, I needed to pick up the phone. So yeah, spacing wise, we definitely need more spacing, and I think it probably is that text a bit bolder. Let me just see, font medium, let's just add this. And then is that just black text? Yep. And then on hover, so this is why I should have done components, because we're gonna have to edit all 6. Space Y, let's double that and see where we're at. And then I think, how do we do this divider? Divide Y2. If we do divide dash PIR gray 900, I think it's going to be more like 600 or something. Okay. Yep. And then that's not full width. I don't think that's going to fix it though. Oh, it does. And yeah, that's like a lot lighter. Okay, so let's have a look. So my text is too bold. So let me get rid of that. But then I don't think that's quite right. It's got like a font width which is in the middle. Font width 500. So I don't think we have that. Font medium, that is 500. So maybe it's just too big. Text large. Okay, fine, that's looking a bit better. They definitely have more padding on this. Let's go with 4 again. You don't actually have the padding on the whole lot. But the padding is just like px4. Padding is like that, isn't it? Yeah. Yep. But then let's do more space. Space Y 6. And then can we center those somehow with this setup that we've got? Because that divider, so we do that divide Y, and then on each of these individual items, if we do like MY3 or something, that's doing the same thing. MB6 is going to do the same thing as well, isn't it? Yeah. So instead of doing this divide thing, if what I want to do is wrap all of these in divs. Div times by 6. And then let's paste them into the divs. Bear with me, I know this is a bit annoying to watch, but we will get there. This is why I should have done a component, but actually we don't have it on all of them. So we've got it in divs now. So then if I do, I'm going to do all of them except the except the top one for now. So we'll do a class name. If you're not sure how to do that, I'm just pressing Alt. So now on the div, if I do margin y of 3, that's going to spread it out. And if I do border dash b dash 2, border dash PIR gray 200. It's the same bloody thing. There we go. Padding y. Would that have worked just with the spacing? I believe it will. Oh no, it won't. Okay, fine. Okay, so we're getting there, kind of. So we need that div, the padding y, let's make that py4. Spread it out a bit more. Obviously we need the price in one. Class name, I think we want the same stuff, to be honest. It's the bottom one that we don't. I just don't want the border bottom on that one. I'll keep the padding. I think it's probably one darker on the border. So do 300, 200. Okay. Kind of getting there. And then yeah, on these A's, let's do so on hover we want PIR gray 600, 700, we'll go with that one, like so. Oh, I don't want two. Hover PIR gray 700. Why does that change it to PIR gray dash 700? Oh, text PIR. That's why it's changing it. And then yeah, we can do the same thing. So the transition on the colors and the duration a little bit. So you can see it's a bit neater. Like theirs is really long. Oh, maybe not. Okay. So our mobile menu is about done. Actually, we've got right at the bottom. So still inside of this full width div, we've got that button. So it's not actually a button though, is it? So let's do a link href equals, oh, let me bring that back. Href is going to be get started. The A tag goes in and then get started like this. There we go. Let's put this in a div so we can give it the same. What's the padding on that? Okay, so that's not padded. So then if we do class name equals like block pg. So on this one, let's do class name equals flex, justify center, block bg dash green, no, it's bg PIR green. And then where does the width, full width? And py, let's go with, I don't know, 3 rounded large. Yeah, that's looking fine. And then we can just text center on that, as no reason not to. And I think on this, let's make sure we do like some padding bottom, like so. And then we can also add the hover, BG, green hover, transition colors, duration 200 on that. So we have now our mobile navigation done. And let's have a look what we got. So clearly our text is too big. So let's drop these both down to 3, I will go with like 360, and we don't really need to go any smaller than that. So yep, let's start doing this. So with doing it sort of desktop first, it's probably easier with Tailwind to do it mobile first, because it uses minimum width media queries. So we're gonna add like not a media query for this, but then when you get to a bigger size screen, then we'll add the media query to change it. So let's jump into the hero and I'll show you what I mean. So we've got text XL here, text 8XL. So what I want to do, let's do like text 4XL, and then from large screens, let's do 8XL. We have got text center, but let's do that from, let's say medium screens, we'll do text center, otherwise we don't want the text to be centered. Padding Y of 28, so let's again do that from medium screens, and let's do like padding Y of 14 or something. So I think the text is still a bit bigger, text 5XL, easy as analytic gets. And this text is definitely smaller as well. So let's do that from, like a medium screen. Let's do like text XL. Okay, cool. And then we've got our buttons here. So we got the green button and this. So we'll do flex, justify center on those. Why did that just do that? Who knows? Try it for free and a large demo. Let's have that button text. Pattern X of 5, PY of 3. So there's less of a margin. So let's do like margin top of 8. And I'm just putting medium. I'm not sure like where the breakpoints are going to be. I just want to get it looking decent on a mobile screen first. But for some reason that button now isn't the text isn't sat right. So just let me remove those for a second. Yes, we got the background, hover, color, whatever. Text black, font medium. Why does that change that? Oh, these are different sizes. Okay. So maybe we need to flex this. And then on this one, we should have the same really, do we not? Okay, I see now. Yeah, cool. Okay, so we've got those buttons now. Oh, what now? Oh, yeah, there we go. So we got those buttons now, and I think they get a bit smaller. So if I do again this medium PY4, I need like PY2, and then from a medium screen it's PY of 4. I don't know if that's going to be consistent across the whole site for that green button. Padding Y of 2. Medium PY of 4. Pattern Y of 2. So where is our pattern X gone? And then PX5. Okay, so that is looking about right. And then it should just go back to how it was. No credit card required. So even on the mobile screen, that one is centered. So we can just add this text center because it's centered on the large one. And I think let's do medium margin top 6, otherwise margin top of 3, like that. We have the picture set up for the future today. So yeah, where we have this grid, so CTA1, we've got this grid calls 2. So let's have a look. It's in one column until 1024. So that's a large screen. So let's do large as grid calls 2. Otherwise just, we can just say a large grid even, probably like this. Set up for the future today. Yeah, so it's not even a grid until we get to the large screens, but clearly we need to do some work on that. So font size, so let's just go with large for that one, and then we can say like text 3XL. Let's do the same treatment for these. Yeah, let's get rid of that and that. Set for the future today, and then we've got the font. Okay, so that font is a lot smaller. So then again, on small screens, we need some padding on the top of this div. So if we say, you know, margin top 4, large, margin top 0. Yeah, and that text is even smaller. So I'm not a fan of how small this text is getting, to be honest. I would prefer it to be a bit bigger, a bit more readable. So this text here is just really small and centered until large. So we don't want this at medium, we want this at large. And yeah, it's got a constrained width to 520 pixels. So we do max width, try to find 520. So use 640. Okay, let's add another max width scale here. So let's do like 520. It's 520 pixels. And then what we can do on this whole block is just say max width dash 520, large, max width none. And it will have a max width, it's just constrained by the parent. Okay, why are we not working there? Why is this not working? Because I put it in the wrong place. And then of course, MX auto, and then we do large MX 0, for example. Okay. Not bad. So that text is too small. Text 4XL, 5XL. That's the one. And you can see it's even smaller. So let's do this. So let's do text 3XL, small screens 5XL, large screens 6XL. And yeah, that's probably looking something more like it. Padding Y of 40, so we want to do like padding Y, let's just say 10. Large is going to be padding Y of 40. So let's make that, let's bump that to 14. Large. So hopefully you can see these media queries and things are quite straightforward when you're using Tailwind. Yeah, their menu is bigger, and the top is definitely a lot more squashed. So in that hero, where we've got pattern Y of 14, let's just make that like something like 8. And then that text is definitely a lot smaller. A bit less margin, and I think that one's probably smaller as well. Yeah. Yep. Okay. I think that's more like it, isn't it? Yeah, font isn't quite right, but that's cool. So everything you expect and more. So what do we have here? Nice. So set for the future today, everything you expect and more. So the first thing to tackle is just the font size on this everything you expect and more. Yeah, so let's give it the same treatment as the CTA text here. So if we do this, so we're down to CTA 2 now. Everything you expect and more. Fine. And then powerful dashboard for your personal business needs. So do we just say, where does this actually grid at on their site? Is it just large? Yeah, it looks like it. So let's just whack this, do the same thing. Large, it's a grid. Large, it's a grid. Otherwise it's not. And that should pretty much sort that one out. Large, it's a grid. Large, we got grid calls 2. So that top one is good. However, on this one, the image should be at the bottom. So is there a way to reverse on a grid? Okay, so no, it's not a grid. Okay, so let's do this. So let's flex it. So let's say flex dash call, flex call reverse. Actually, and then we got the image at the bottom. So we've swapped the top and bottom. Then we have on here these padding rights, so that's only going to apply to the large screen, and then the padding left is only going to apply to the large screen. So let's just check that that flex doesn't mess up my grid. No. perfect. So let's bring it down. So everything you expect and more. Powerful dashboard. So that text is, so let's go with that one is large. Let's go like text 2XL. Okay, and then we've got text centered on that. So let's just do that large text center, everything you expect and more. So like large, we'll have that margin top of 20. Otherwise, we'll have a margin top of 4. Let's give it the same text treatment as the CTA 1. So let's pull this in. Good. So then on their website, we've got the See Live demo button coming up next. So that's fine. Margin top of the margin bottom of 10. Margin bottom 10. And then we'll do on a large screen, margin bottom 0. And what I'm trying to do as I'm doing this, you know, obviously I'm applying margin bottom now, but I don't want to mess with the styles for the large screen. Excuse me. So let's apply the same. Is that image wrap on their website? Yeah, so it's constrained. Oh no, so the hero image doesn't, but then all of these images do. And so it's a max width 520 thing that we did. So let's add this to the whole div. Very good. So it's looking pretty close. Full grained access management means full control. Cool. So that's what we have, isn't it? Set up today, everything expected more. See live demo. And we've got that image. So there's a bit more spacing on the images there. So let's just add it on that button. We'll do that margin bottom of like 14. And then we've got so that one's looking good. Everything I expected more. Fine-grained access management means full control. So that has got the small text that we have. Powerful dashboard. So it's this one, isn't it? And the text underneath, we need to give this treatment. And then, yeah, let's add this container classes like so. We want to have it's weird. So we've got it reversed. So yeah, on this image, let's have a look. So let's see on this paragraph text, so the bottom one, if I do margin bottom of 10, large, margin bottom of 0, cool. And then we're onto this stuff now. So again, hopefully you know what I am about to do. It's only going to be a grid on the large screen. It's going to only have 3 columns on the large screen. And then there we go. We're going to add the container constraint to it like this. And then we're going to drop the text sizes to the same. So we've got the title text here on the feature item. And the paragraph text. Oh, so we did it the actual right size here. So let's do large, text 22 pixels, and then I think just text large or something. Yep. Margin top 6, so that's only going to be on large, otherwise we'll do margin top of 2. Let's do a margin y of 2. Margin y of 3. Okay, cool. I think, yeah, where we've got some of these things like this, margin top of 24, we can do like margin top of 10, margin bottom of 40 is large, and then we'll say margin bottom of 14 or something like that, just to snug it up a bit. Fine-grained access management control. Where's that at? Yeah, so on a large screen we'll have that, but on a normal screen, let's just say, again, 14. No cookie by now, cool. All right, so then we're down to, so we skipped that section, fit for WordPress. So what is this? Clients, I think. Yep, fit for WordPress. So same treatment. Let's give it, make it large. Well, now we've got the grid and the grid columns. We want to have on there this max width stuff. Clients, like that. Let's make sure we have margin top of 10, large, margin top of 0, fit for WordPress. So yeah, this is kind of the same as the other titles that I want to take here. And then let's just grab this. I think that was okay, wasn't it? Yeah, fit for WordPress. Add to WordPress. So that button, we've got margin on the top. So let's do margin bottom of 10, large, margin bottom of 0. Let's just see what it looks like. Fit for WordPress. Add to WordPress. Let's make that 14. Let's make that 110. So then we've got the WordPress thing and then this search console. Okay, where we at? So we've got this div here, and then we've got this div, and then we've got that div, and then we've got that div. Huh. Yes, I think the easiest way to tackle it would be just to split them out. So if I do that, and that ends after the image, and then we put in another div here, and that ends there, and then we add in the fragment. This grid, this div here, gets that treatment. What do you want now? You must have one parent element. They do, guys, they do. Where am I missing? I'm missing a tag or something somewhere. So we've got a div, closing div. I got a div that's not closing. Oh, there we go. Okay, So it should work just fine. But then instead of this, I want to flex and then flex call reverse. And then, yeah, we need to fix up this search stuff. We have got some padding to the left on this. So I only want that on a large screen. I only want this padding right on a large screen. Fit for WordPress works with Google Search Console. So where we've got fit for WordPress, let's make sure we have that same text. And then let's just make sure the paragraph is the same. And then, yeah, we can fix the spacing. So we've got, I don't know, this gap Y32. That's only on large screens though. Margin top of 10. Yeah, so do we need to say that is only for large? Or is it this? No, it's this. So large pattern Y. Oh no, that's, sorry, that's something totally different. So we try that, large screens. Gap Y32. It's not actually a grid, so I'm not sure the gap will matter right now. Yeah, I thought it was that though. So fit for WordPress, add to WordPress, works with Google Search Console. And then, what do we have? So we'll do this. It's on the button here, but we don't have a button. So let's add that, add it there. Yeah, I don't want that margin bottom at all that big. Just Google Search Console. Fit for WordPress, works with Google Search Console, Google Search Console. And yeah, we can do, where is the margin for that then? Is it on our call to action at the bottom? PY28, so let's do that. Oh no, we want that. Oh yeah, there we go, margin top 48. So on a large screen, we'll have a margin top of 48. Otherwise we'll just do a margin top of something like that, right? Yeah. So 708. Let's do that. Yeah, so let's just reduce these sizes. So let's do, on our clients, I have the image. Let's make sure we add like something like this. Just to make sure we've got the images centered a little bit. Okay, and then we can do our call to action. So it's just a text thing, isn't it? So we've got text 6XL, that's going to be large. So then just do text 3XL normally. So text 4XL, that'll be about right. Let's do, I think that's text large. Yeah, that's close enough. And then finally in our footer, so we've got two grid columns. So first of all, we don't want those. So if I drop that down, we've now got one. But then I want it to be reversed, right? Which one comes first? Oh no, that's fine. And then in here, these are flexed. So I want to say flex call. On a large screen, it will be just a flex row. And yeah. Yeah, so it's kind of lazy way of doing it, but I'm cool with it. So we do margin top of 10, large, margin top of 0. Pirsch analytics, because yeah, what we absolutely could do on this is obviously we're only going to the grid at large, so I think we could do flex. So at maybe small, we can do a flex row. Otherwise, we got a flex call. Yeah. Yep. So it's a little bit better. We could do class name equals margin top 8. And then we want that to match up with what we just did there. So on small screens, we have the margin top of 0, because after a small, it's going to be like side by side. Cool. And then on this outer div, yeah, just let's do like that's large. Never find this colon, and that's large. And we can say like margin top of 10, margin bottom of 10. That should be fine. Cool. So it looks like we should be about there with this responsive version. And you know, it certainly won't be perfect because we can figure out a lot more details. We could improve this quite a lot if we wanted to spend a lot of time getting into the details. I'm just checking I haven't broken anything. Yes. So the gap. So this is the client one. So large screen, we've got a gap, large margin top of 0. Because we have the two different grids now. To be fair, I think we can totally get rid of this gap Y because there isn't any gap Ys. And then instead what we need is just, yeah, this margin top. I'm not sure how. Yeah, so we can do margin top of 32, for example, from a large screen. And then a margin top of 10 from the other screens. Cool. So yeah, hopefully this is a good introduction to Tailwind and the responsive design factor. If you do make this website, please don't publish it. Obviously it's a clone. So yeah, don't publish it. Just do it for practice. And yeah, it's a good thing to do, to go onto a website like landbook.com and see if you can build some of the websites that people are really enjoying. So yeah, I will see you in the next one. Please don't forget to drop a like and subscribe for more videos. Thank you. Bye.